Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. So this is the final level in A New Hope, and we get to see a Kyber brick crystal comet thing that is on the right side there. If you shoot that, you get a bunch of those bricks for free, so maybe pay attention to those. But I'm going to be rushing on over to Great Temple, and that's going to be the big swirling glowing circle on the map telling you where to go. And that'll send us down here because of course we need to actually blow up the Death Star, but there's not really going to be a whole lot of gameplay in this video yet, and it's also a very short video. Yeah, less than 5 minutes long, so that's pretty typical with a lot of the vehicle levels in this game. They're not very long, and they're also not very hard whatsoever. In the very first Lego game, I think that one was the original trilogy. No, Lego Star Wars 2 is the original trilogy. So in the very first Lego game, they had the first 3 movies, and there were 2, I think there were 2 or 3 vehicle sessions, or games, the levels, my goodness. I mean levels. There were 2 or 3 vehicle levels, the Mos Espa Pod Race, and then like the gunship battle in the second movie, and the ship battle in the beginning of the third movie. And all of them were pretty frustrating, especially for, you know, it's supposed to be a game for kids, right? And they fixed that in the, what is it called? The complete saga. They made those levels significantly easier. And in this one, they're just all super easy, so I don't know. That was a lot of rambling because all we did was walk, and once you're past the cutscenes, we're going to get into the X-Wings, and we just have to fly forward. That's all we're doing right now, is we're just flying forward and destroying ships. So we're not really actually controlling our ship too much except for going up and down, and you can kind of aim for that little circle that you'll see around the TIE fighters that are coming at you, and that will normally help your shots hit them a little bit easier, but for the most part you have full-on auto aim here, so it's pretty much impossible for you to fail this part. I mean, even if you do die, so what? You'll immediately respawn. And there is an achievement to complete a space level without dying, so if you're into achievements, maybe keep that in mind too. I don't think we managed to do that in this level, actually. For some reason, playing co-op felt like the vehicle levels got a little bit harder. It just felt like everything was actually hitting us. And when later in the game, my brother isn't playing with me, and when I'm doing those ship missions myself, I took way less damage. So I don't know if that was just me imagining things or if that's actually how it was. And then there's going to be a lot of those cool stud circles that we can fly through, and a lot of those stations and those like big guns that we can shoot, and these are the types of levels that are usually pretty easy to get True Jedi in, but this one's so dang short unless you actually go... Actually, did we already get True Jedi? I think we did already get True Jedi. Never mind, I take it back. All these space levels are always really easy to get True Jedi. And now we're going to be in the final area, so we'll finally be able to pick up missiles soon, and if you pay attention to the right side of the screen, that's more where my brother is actually doing that correctly. So there's these missiles on top of the taller pillars here, and we need to use them to blow up the shorter ones, but all the arrows are kind of pointing at the shorter ones. So I thought on the left here that I had to fly over these to get the missiles because it's telling me to collect torpedoes, and that's where the exclamation mark is. I was a little bit confused, but no, the torpedoes are on the taller ones. And also try not to do a backflip straight into the ground like I did. That's just a waste of time. And eventually, I think after this one here, I do figure it out, and I go to the taller ones and actually get some dang torpedoes. And we have to blow up 4 of the exhaust ports. And once we finally collect the torpedoes like I'm supposed to, this one feels really far away now, doesn't it? My goodness, there we go. Now we can turn around and lock on once we get a little bit closer to some of them. And I forgot which button it was that fires the torpedo, but it'll come up on screen. It's X or something like that. And you'll see that circle fill in. That just means that obviously just, you know, wait for it to fill up and shoot it. And once all 4 of those are dead, there's going to be one long corridor. That's where oh my goodness, that is where we are going to fire our last torpedo and complete the first movie of this game. And that'll also be the end of this video.